In this video, I'm going to be covering the 7 things that I do to stand out when reaching out to e-commerce brands for my clients. Now, if you run an e-commerce agency, this is probably something you want to tune into because there's a high chance that you're trying to reach out to people through cold email, Twitter DMs, LinkedIn, and you're not getting the results that you want. So if you're not getting the results that you want and you're looking to scale up your system, then watch this video. If you don't already know who I am, my name's Shade Ethereum. I'm the co-founder of acquisitiongrowthpartner.com, and we partner with established marketing agencies to help them add an additional 60 to 120K per month by using our AI acquisition system. The first thing I do to stand out when reaching out to e-com brands is that I start out with the most specific niche possible, and then I go upstream. Now, what does that actually mean? Most e-commerce agencies will make the mistake of thinking that e-commerce is a niche when really it's not. There's tens of millions of businesses within e-commerce, so that's definitely not a niche because someone who runs a footwear brand that's direct to consumer versus skincare versus coffee, they're all going to have, there's going to be generic pain points that most founders have when running a direct to consumer brand, but there's going to be specific pain points that each and every niche have. So when you're reaching out to someone with the same generic, same broad message, it's not going to work well. So that's why I start out with the most specific niche possible and then go upstream. So instead of e-com, it'll be like home decor, then furniture, indoor furniture, established indoor furniture, US-based established indoor furniture brands. And you want to start from here. Now what happens is the deeper you go into the niche, the smaller your audience gets. But that's what you want to do is once you go really deep, you want to make sure you double down on doing market research for each and every segment, because at every different segment, there's going to be different pain points. And that's what you want to do to help you stand out when reaching out to e-com brands, or at least that's the first thing. The second thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your lead lists are hyper-targeted lead lists. So when you scrape using a tool like Apollo, you can either scrape all the leads that pop up when you put in keywords, or you can separate them based off of the country. So you can do like employee count, tech stack, or location based. So for tech stack, you could do like people using Shopify, people using WooCommerce, and so forth. Or for an employee count, you could do like 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 50. Because also at each different employee count, the CEOs, the founders are going to have different pain points at each different company size. So that's why you want to have hyper-targeted lead lists so that you can call out these pain points when you're doing your outreach. Location-based, the reason why that's important is because when you reach out to people that are based in the UK versus the US, they're on different time zones. So if you're using something like Instantly or Smart Lead, you can have 2 completely different time zones. And if you're sending to the UK at like 2 a.m. in the morning at their time, the chance of their email or your email getting open when you actually send something to them is very low. So you want to make sure that you separate based off of location so that you're actually sending them at a time or sending an email to them at a time that's conducive of actually being opened. The next thing I do to stand out when reaching out to e-com brands is sending relevant case studies to the person or brand that you're reaching out to. So if you have results for skincare, reach out to other skincare companies. If you have results for coffee companies, reach out to other coffee companies and use the case study. You want to when you reach out to people, you want the case study to be similar to them. So then in their mind, they're like, okay, I'm similar to this person. And if they got them that result and they just replicate that same system for my business, well, the chances of success are very high. Versus let's say you've worked with real estate agents and you got them lots of listings, and now you're going to start working with people in e-commerce and you reach out to them being like, hey skincare brand, we helped this real estate agent make $100,000. They're going to be like, real estate agent? I'm not even I run a skincare brand. So you want to make sure that you keep the case studies relevant so that they feel like you could just replicate a proven model within their business. The next thing is leverage content throughout the sales process. So if you're already building a brand on platforms like Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, you want to figure out parts of your sales process that you can intertwine your content throughout it so that you're building trust at scale and you're not having to build trust on the calls. So for an example, on Calendly, you have all these workflows, right? So when someone books a call, you can send a confirmation. But what you can also do is you can also link them to like a thank you page that has all your case studies on it. You can link them to your YouTube channel, link them to some Twitter threads that you have. So ideally, you just want to look at your sales process of being like, okay, we've got call 1, we've got call 2, we've got the outreach. What happens when someone books a call? oh, okay, well, we want to send them through this Calendly workflow. We want to send them to this thank you page. And you just want to figure out parts of your process wherever you can send them to where you have content, so you're not having to prove yourself on the call. You've already proven yourself from when they actually consume some of the content before they hop on the call. The next thing you can do is leveraging personalized videos instead of just text-based cold emails. Everyone's doing cold emails with just text. Not many people are using personalized videos throughout it, and that's because it takes a lot of time. And you don't have to do the videos personalized. You can figure out ways on how you can automate them through like Pitch Lane. There's ways you can automate it through Loom. There's a bunch of new AI software that's coming out, and that's going to help you stand out because everyone is used to receiving a certain stimuli or a certain type of outreach where everyone's just, blasting cold emails. If they see someone that's taking time out of their day to send like a personalized email or a personalized video, or even if it's AI based, it's going to help you stand out within the inbox because, okay, this person's actually taking the time out of my day or time out of their day to look at my brand and make a video. And now everyone hates on Looms. There's a lot of people that hate on Looms because they're like, they take a lot of time, they take a lot of energy and all that sort of stuff. But if everyone's doing A and you do B, well, you're probably going to get better results just because you stand out and you're different, or at least you seem different on the front end. The sixth thing I do to stand out when reaching out to e-commerce brands is talking about specific outcomes and pain points instead of just being very generic. Now, what's an example of being very generic? Reaching out to people being like, hey, we help e-com brands scale to 7 and 8 figures using paid ads. Now, not only is that a claim that's been made 1,000 times, but that's very broad and very generic. Like 7 and 8 figures, there's a big difference between we're going to help them make 1 million or you're going to help them make 10 million. That's a very, very big difference. So saying a claim like that, that's quite generic, like we're going to help you scale to 7 and 8 figures using paid ads as well. Like, what do you mean by paid ads? Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Instagram ads. There's so many different platforms you can run ads on. So it's not very specific. So you want to talk about specific outcomes. Ideally, you want to talk about revenue. We'll help you make an extra 50K, extra 100K, extra 200K. We'll help you increase your bottom line by 20%. We'll help you increase your conversion rate by 50%. You're talking specific outcomes instead of just these broad, generic, and very vague claims. Or instead of outcomes, you can mix in outcomes with pain points. So saying something along the lines of, hey, are you currently struggling with scaling your paid acquisition and it's affecting your bottom line? Maybe that's a pain point. I don't know. But you can start off the cold email with a specific pain point to get them hooked. And then whatever you say after that, if that pain point's relevant to them, it's going to resonate a lot more versus you just, having a generic claim like, we're going to help you scale to 7 and 8 figures using paid ads. The last thing I do to help myself stand out when reaching out to e-com brands for clients is leveraging AI to help with market research. Now, this is sort of twofold because you can just do market research without using AI, but AI definitely helps speed it up instead of you having to go through a bunch of discovery calls and sales calls. The best type of market research will always be from your prospect's mouth, but everyone doesn't record sales calls. So the second best thing you can do is leverage AI to help with the market research. Now, the unsexy thing that no one wants to tell you is that market research is probably the most important thing out of everything that I've mentioned in this video so far, because that's the foundation of everything that you're going to do. The market research helps you find out what the pain points are, what the challenges are, what they're scared of, what they don't want, what they do want, all of these things, and everything that you find out from the market research is now a new potential marketing angle that you're going to use to help yourself or your clients book more meetings. And the good thing about leveraging AI is that there's now, if you have the paid plan of ChatGPT, there are now web browsing functionalities that you can use. So when doing the market research, you can get it to search the web for trends and challenges. So for example, I said here, right? What are some trends and pain points regarding founders of social media marketing agencies in 2023 and beyond? And you want to make sure you put in 2023 and beyond because you don't want it to be pulling data from 2021 and 2020 and so forth. And then it'll give you a bunch of trends. Now, some of this stuff's actually good. You want to take what you think is best and then just integrate it into what you're currently doing. Not everything here will be the best, but you get some good data points as to some potential angles that you can actually use within your marketing and your cold outreach in general. Now, hopefully you found this video valuable. Something I wanted to let you know was that I read all of the comments. So if there's anything regarding outreach, client acquisition, sales that you're struggling with in your agency, leave a comment below and I'll either respond back or I might even make a video covering how you can potentially fix that problem. Now, if you run an established marketing agency that's doing at least $25,000 per month and you have at least 3 good case studies and you want help adding an additional $60,000 to $120,000 per month, you can click the first link in the description to apply to partner with us. Now, you're not obliged to at all. The main thing is that you watch these videos, you take some of the insights, you implement it in your business and get some results. But hopefully you found this valuable. I'll see you later.